Max,
all right, everybody. Welcome to the Intellectual Idiot Show.
Episode 343.
The star of the show, myself.
Fuck you.
Max. We got the lesser partner in the show, Tyler Jeske. And then
You really just love to start every episode just by absolutely shitting on me.
I mean, no, I kind of go around the horn shitting on everybody. That's kind of how it goes. And then obviously we have our guest, our special guest, who has been on the show a couple of times. Welcome back, Michael.
Oh, small flex there.
Oh, afternoon there, gentlemen. It's a pleasure.
You are looking absolutely fantastic on this Friday afternoon.
You know, I am wearing a little floral shirt when this pod comes out on, I believe, Tuesday, July 5th. It's National Hawaii Day. The last state to join was on July 5th, 1959.
Wow.
And Max, let's take a look. What are you wearing?
Could be the difference.
So
shout out to Robbie Berger for my favorite podcast of all time, The Brilliantly Dumb Show.
Yeah, if anyone can't see, Max is wearing a t-shirt that says, could be the difference. And Max has just based his whole personality over the last year and a half based off this brilliantly dumb TikTok account. So nice to see you being unique.
It's what needs to be done. The guy is absolutely hilarious. He's been a huge inspiration actually to us starting this podcast too, but gotta be awesome if he came on the podcast one day. But shout out to The Brilliantly Dumb Show. He's actually
we're manifesting. He's coming on at some point. It's gonna happen.
Hopefully.
Just like we're getting Giannis on. Me and Max actually DM'd about 10 people this last couple days trying to get people on the show. We DM'd Chris Middleton because Max named his dog Chris Middleton, so we're trying to get Chris Middleton on.
We got no response.
Suter.
No response.
Kira. Who else did we DM, Max?
Brent Suter.
Yep. There were a couple
Zero responses though.
So I'm just like the fallback guy then, right?
Mike is on.
Oh, you're the last option.
Brandon Woodruff, AJ Dillon, the new rookie receiver, Christian Watson. No responses yet, but
manifesting. It will happen. We are growing. Our viewership is growing every week. It's awesome. It's exciting to see. Again, week and week go by, and the more and more people that we have listen to our podcast and watch us on YouTube and all this stuff, it's crazy to think that people want to listen to us speak. I mean, it's incredible.
We're a whole lot of nothing.
I guess we're slightly entertaining enough, but wow, do we have some news coming out of the Krupo camp?
Breaking groin
coming out of the
Krupo camp. Do it. Breaking groin.
I'm pretty sure that's Illuminati or something like that.
Is that? Oh shit.
Whatever it is. But anyway,
I was just doing a cool woo.
Michael's a major breaking groin coming out of the Krupo camp. So Michael went on vacation to New York, and oh my God, we were giving him shit about wanting to join or go watch the Today Show live because he's the only 25-year-old in the history of 25-year-olds that watches the Today Show religiously.
Oh, I love
Michael wanted to go.
Savannah, Hoda Kotb, Al Roker. Oh, man.
I don't know.
So Michael wanted to go visit. One of the biggest things he wanted to do in New York was not go to the Tonight Show, not go to the Empire State Building, not go to the Rockefeller Center.
Radio City Music Hall,
I want to go to the Today Show and watch it live. Michael, we want to talk about your vacation. We want to talk about the Today Show. What the fuck happened? Seriously, what the fuck happened?
I don't know. I just a little bit of an overnight celebrity sensation going on over here.
What is it?
Flattered.
Do you want to preface what the Today Show is? Because I actually don't know what it is.
Yeah. My beautiful bug here, Today Show. So Today Show is a national morning news show that's hosted on NBC every morning at 7 in the morning. So normally when I'm getting up, I make my cup of coffee, and as I'm prepping for work and whatnot, I just enjoy listening to my favorite broadcasters, NBC, just sharing all the national news headlines. And normally their audience is usually, I would say, a bunch of 60, 70-year-olds and a bunch of moms who force.
And we got Mike on there.
That's just it's unbelievable. It really is unbelievable. So, Michael, you're at the Today Show. What day did you go on your vacation? Like, what day did you go?
Yeah, so I went on a Monday morning, which was the actual day of my birthday. So night before, I was like, oh, I gotta make a sign since it's my birthday, and I'll just show up early at the studio. Got there at about like 5:55 in the morning, so a little over an hour before the show starts.
Dedication right there.
By the way, happy birthday to Mike. Ty, let's give it up for Mike.
Huge
happy birthday.
I'm officially an adult. I just got my own health insurance and dental insurance in effective today. 25, I thought it changes at
20. Oh, he's 26. He just turned 26.
Yeah, just turned 26.
Oh, shit. Okay.
So that's just
nuts are still huge.
Can't wait for my first medical bill that's directly billed to me. So that's a blast. But
it's going to be awesome. You know what? You deserve it. I hope that you get billed really hard. I hope that you get absolutely just lambasted by medical bills.
Honestly, I feed off the teat of my mother's health insurance, and the way I phrased that probably doesn't sound too good, but
let's hope that Debbie doesn't listen to this episode, because that's not getting cut out. But
just learning about these co-pays and deductibles and add-ons and gap coverages, it's just kind of like, I just really hope I don't have to go to the hospital for the next 10 to 15 years until I actually know what I'm doing in my life and have a roof under my head. So
you're telling me I shouldn't walk up to you and kick you as hard as I can right to the sack?
Max, I just looked up, because you've always said the word lamb-based. Do you want to know what the definition is?
Yeah.
To beat or criticize someone harshly.
Really?
So you just, I hope you get beaten down harshly with medical bills.
Criticizing my testicles. Sounds like that.
Oh, God, that's funny. It fits. I hope you get brutally beat down by medical bills. I don't really know how we got here, but let's bring it back.
Going back to today's show. So the girlfriend and I, Miss Morgan Hemming, we get there, and there's a line of people that have probably been there since like 4 a.m, because you pretty much what you do is you go to Rockefeller Plaza, and their studio is inside, but you kind of just have like a gate, and you're standing outside while you're watching the show. And literally everybody there is like 60s, 70s, or it's literally like a bunch of moms who have dragged their families to come on to watch the show recording in progress and whatnot. So Morgan and I are by far easily the only 20-something-year-olds there. So we already stick out like a sore thumb compared to the other demographics. So I kind of have my sign, and they're like, oh, let me take a look at your little sign. And it said, today I'm turning 26, and I made the little logo where it said,
yeah, you're like, you know what you're like? You remind me of like one of those like little kids that go to the Brewer game and like hold up the Kohl's sign that says like, today's my 5th birthday, I want a signed ball from Christian Yelich. Like, that's you, but as a 26-year-old.
No kid dreams to go on the Today Show.
Hey, it's my birthday, Giannis. I'm turning 8. Give me a hug.
Hey, it's my birthday, Deborah, the news anchor. Can I please get your autograph?
Hey, I'm turning 26. Spank my booty and bring me on the Today Show.
We get in there, and we have kind of like a nice spot, just kind of standing outside, and there's a couple like interns and producers just kind of walking around and talking to people. And I'm kind of the person who just like loves just shooting the shit with people. And they're like, oh, it's your birthday. Do you want to give a little shout out or something like that? Because at the top of the hour, they'll do like pans over to the audience. And, I'll just, Morgan and I, she said, from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I was like, today I'm turning 26. So that was pretty cool. That was like a half second of fame. But as we're kind of just standing outside, another lady kind of just like approaches me, and she's like, oh, congrats, it's your birthday, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just, shooting the shit with her, shooting the breeze. She's like, hey, do you like trivia at all? And I'm like, I used to do, college bar trivia, and we are happening to do some trivia later that day at a bar. And she's like, oh, okay. And she just kind of walks away, and I'm like, oh, okay, that was interesting. I don't know who the hell this lady was, but she comes back like a half hour later, and she's like, hey, How would you like to come back and be on the 4th hour of the Today Show live and do some trivia? You know, might have a chance to, win some money or something like that. And I'm usually like a person who says, yeah, I'll for sure do that. But like in my gut, I was like, I didn't, I just kind of wanted to take a nap after watching the Today Show, and I kind of got nudged, and I was like, all right, I'll show back up here like later in the morning at like 10:30 or 10:15.
It was in your gut. You're like, wow, maybe I don't want to embarrass myself on live television.
Oh yeah. Because I've done trivia before, and I'll get like 1 out of 20 questions, right? I'll just.
Oh God, yeah. If you mess up such like an easy question, then you look bad forever.
Yeah. So I'm just, after the initial show, which is like 2 hours, I go to like a local breakfast shop, and I'm just cramming on my phone, looking up summer trivia, like old person music that's related to the beach and summer and stuff like that. So my heart's racing like 1,000 miles an hour. And we get back to the studio, and I come in, and she's like, all right, so we're going to take you to our green room, which is kind of like where you take all the guests beforehand, where they prep and everything, and they get pretty, get their microphone on. And I'm just like, oh man, like what's happening? She's like, yeah, today's host is going to be a guy named Justin Sylvester and Jenna Hager Bush, who is George W. Bush's daughter, who I actually know. She's one of the correspondents of the Today Show.
Oh my God.
No,
wow.
Jenna Bush. Like, how's your old man doing? I didn't say that, but I just go on. I go into the studio, and it was only a 3-minute segment, but it felt like it was 5 seconds long. So I just kind of get in there, and I just have a little bit higher energy, like, TV bump up the energy level by 1 or 2 notches. And they pretty much, what they did is 5 questions of summer or beach related questions dealing with either music or pop culture and whatnot. I actually have some of the cue cards that they gave me right here, but the questions that they ran off of.
Ooh, so put that up to the screen again.
This is like what the
for the viewers.
Yeah, I know this one's like
they gave you the answer?
They didn't give me the answers. The hosts are like reading these cards, so I can't
see. Okay.
Here's some of that Jenna.
Nice.
I sleep with this every day.
This is unbelievable.
This is so cool.
So they give me 5 questions, and what you have to do is there's like a pool of beach balls that have the letters A, B, or C. Luckily, there are multiple choice questions, and I didn't think. I just acted, kind of picked the beach ball with a letter on it, and just they happen to be the right answers to the questions. And at the end, they're like, hey, congrats, you won a trip to Cancun. And I'm like, holy freaking crap. Like, it was just amazing. Like, I couldn't even like process it fully yet. It's still
how many so is it all inclusive resort that they're putting you in?
Flights included?
Flight included.
Where are you, like how many days?
4-night, 5-day stay in some place in Cancun. So I'm like, holy crap.
Dude, that's so nice. Are you going with is it 2 tickets?
Yeah, taking the girlfriend along. So it'll be fun.
When are you going?
Within the next year. Maybe either this winter or next spring.
Yeah, get out of this godforsaken winter.
Are you tied to the whole taking Morgan idea? I would assume.
You don't want to take this?
Good one. No, my mom called me like an hour later. She says, how dare you not take your mother to the vacation to Cancun? And then one of my mom's friends calls me. I mean, he's just kind of kidding. He's like, oh, I heard you're on my shit list now. You're not taking your mom to Cancun. I'm like, oh, sorry about that.
Wow. What a really shitty son you are, hey? You want to talk?
How many vacations has your mother taken you on, Mike?
Tyler, we should totally flip this on Mike so hard and make it just like a shaming Mike episode, even though it's like he thought he was coming on here to talk about his fame. Talk about his moment of fame, but really he's just being brought on to be highlighted about how bad of a son that he is. He's not taking his mother to Cancun.
Mike, I will say,
he gave birth to you, Mike.
You had some good dance moves on the live show.
Thank you. My friends made like a couple like meme pictures, and there is an involuntary picture where I am holding 2 beach balls right where my nuts would be.
Oh God!
And he took a screenshot photo of it. Of like, oh gosh,
that's
like this is not a great look. Hang on.
Hold on, let it zoom.
You can't see.
Oh wow! Your face. Oh, there it goes. Wow.
Not a great look. Not a great look.
That is a great look.
Like, I think the other thing that we got to talk about, and for all you listeners out there that haven't seen this, it's on the Intellectual Idiots Show Instagram, and TikTok, right? Tyler, you posted that on TikTok too.
Yeah, I got him on both.
So
it's just small little clips. It's not the
we
whole
pulled some clips about it, but Michael was such a natural on the stage. Mike, Tyler and I were talking off camera about this.
Very impressed.
You belong on the TV set. Like you belong, your calling is to be, I hate that word, but your calling, if you had one, is to be like a host on the Today Show. You would be so good at that.
Why not chase it? Like, is that something you would actually like consider?
Like you should reach back out to them and say, like, I want to be
TMJ4. Go to TMJ4, dude. Like you would kill it.
Like the interns there. Some of the interns there, they're like, you should apply for our internship. I'm like, yeah, come to New York and live there. And it's like, maybe, but would I prefer to live in like a 200-foot studio apartment for $6,000 a month?
Speaking of
allure of New York is a big kind of a lot of pros, a lot of
what's
cons.
Better, that or the duplex in Dallas?
The house in Dallas.
Or a house in Dallas.
I saw a video of a TikTok of someone paying $4,000 for a 50 square foot apartment in New York City. 50.
Just stupid. That's like the size of my kitchen.
If that.
How do you live in a 50 square foot apartment and pay $4,000 a month?
They put in this little loft that you can fit a very minuscule twin bed at the top, and then you have your kitchen, living room, and everything else combined into one little square space, and then you have a shared bathroom.
Michael, how did Morgan feel about going on to the Today Show? Like when you were like, okay, I want to go to the Today Show today, was Morgan like, oh yay, I can't wait to go to the Today Show? Or was she like, why are we going to the Today Show?
No, she pretty much the trip to New York. She's like, the only reason why we went here is so you can show up to the Today Show. So it was just, honestly, it was the house of perfectly stacked cards and whatnot, where we showed up unbeknownst and just happened to be on it. Like I didn't really want to go to New York other than just trying to go to the Today Show.
So whose idea was it to go to New York? Was it yours or Morgan's?
Whose idea? Oh, it was her idea.
Oh, she wanted to go to New York.
Yeah, she wanted to go to New York so I could go to the Today Show to watch it. That was
Tyler, you've been to New York, right?
Yeah. New York's sick. Did you at least hit like Times Square?
Let's wait. Time on, Tyler. Really quick, time on. Let's go around. Let's all share what we thought of our New York experience. Mike, you start. New York, go.
Overall, awesome. Honestly, the first day I had to go to the financial district to get a picture with the Bulls balls, like the big statue of the Bulls. And I had just a picture of its beautiful testicles. There was like a 30
big nuts, almost as big as yours.
almost pretty close. We are at a bear market though, they say, let me tell you. Really interesting. I was glad I experienced it for like 4 or 5 days. I don't know if I would have wanted to be there any longer, in all honesty.
Yeah, it gets overwhelming.
One thing, I did take the public transportation system, like the subway and whatnot. I kind of made the mistake of taking the subway home from the Bronx Zoo. Apparently, like the Bronx is the equivalent to like the north side of Milwaukee. So I'm just kind of walking two little white people just walking to the subway at the Bronx, and there's like 4 or 5 beggars on the subway train. I'm just kind of looking down the whole time and whatnot. So that was kind of a interesting experience. It's interesting. There were 2 guys begging on the same subway car. So it's like, who's they gotta have like turf wars going.
Yeah,
so okay, not that anybody really cared that much about your experience in New York, but the show was really cool. Tyler, what was your experience like in New York? Give it Michael, by the way, give it a 1 out of 10. New York.
I gotta say it's like a 9.5 for being on Today's Show, but if you negated that,
let's do New York in general. The Today Show was an extraordinary experience, but like your trip to New York in general, New York experience, 1 out of 10.
Solid 9.
Okay.
Solid.
Wow, that's huge.
But I see enough things there where I'm like, I'd rather not live here full time.
No, I could never.
Gutter butter, what do you think?
Yeah, I've been there twice. First time was an absolute fucking shit show. Me and my mom and sister and Kyle went after a baseball tournament, and we went directly from the baseball tournament. I mean, directly. Me and Kyle were in our very stinky, gross, dirty baseball uniforms with our metal cleats still on. And we were in a really nice hotel going to New York City from Albany or Buffalo, where there were gunshots during the game. So we went to this hotel. We have our bat bags on. We have our metal cleats. We're literally sliding around in the lobby. Kyle turned around in the elevator and knocked his bats and drilled the glass elevator in this super fancy hotel. It was so crazy. So it's kind of a disaster, but I'm not gonna lie. We went out at like 2 a.m. that night into Times Square, and it was absolutely magical. Just like seeing how like bustling the city was at 2 a.m. It was like a Saturday at 2 a.m. So beautiful. Times Square is so cool. If you haven't experienced it, you definitely have to go there at some point in your life. Central Park is really cool as well. Just seeing that huge place inside, like, the middle of the city. And then the other time we went with my uncle and my mom and sister to the U.S. Open. So we actually sat next to Novak Djokovic's family.
What?
We literally I was like 1 foot from Novak Djokovic's mom and I think his wife and his family. And he like, we were watching him practice and he came up and was speaking to them in Serbian. And I'm just like, bye, Novak. So U.S. Open, I know you're a big tennis fan, Mike. U.S. Open was such a cool experience for me. And that really, I've always been into tennis because my mom played and got a scholarship for it. But like after going to the live event in New York City at the U.S. Open, I just love watching tennis now.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Seeing the Joker's family and everything.
I know, it was so like surreal.
I feel like for me, like New York is like a place that it's cool to go to one time.
Yeah.
I would never want to go back to New York.
I'd go back maybe once or twice more, but you really have to spread it out.
There are a million places in this world like that I'd rather go to other than to go back to New York. Tyler, what would you give it on out of 10, by the way?
Honestly, like the city itself, I'd give it like a 7 because it's just so overwhelming. And if you're more than there for more than 2 days, it just is a lot. But my overall experiences with, the Times Square, the Central Park, the U.S. Open, like I'd say 8.5, like really, really fun.
Yeah. I think like I was saying though, it's just like, for a kid with ADHD too, like going to New York, it's like,
just imagine
dude, it's too much. Like it's too much for me. Like the whole, like you not being able to drive anywhere because it takes an hour to get 2 blocks. Like it's just, New York is too much for me. Like I loved going to Yankee Stadium and I'm a huge baseball guy. So like going to Yankee Stadium was super, super cool. And like, I went and saw Wicked, which was really cool. Broadway was awesome. The Rockefeller Center was really cool. Empire State Building was cool. Going to get we got a couple cocktails like up, later at night, which was also really cool. But it's like, for me, like New York is just a little bit too much. Like, yeah. It's Times Square was really cool. It's cool to say you've gone there one time. Like, I've been to New York. It's somewhere that everybody who's an American should go to New York at least one time. But it's like, if you ask me like, hey, like I got a free ticket, you want to come with me to New York? I'd be like, I'm good.
Yeah.
Really? I don't deny.
Yeah, I'm good. Like, I don't need to go back there. I'm totally fine. I saw what I needed to see. Like, it's just it gets to a point where it's like unenjoyable, especially if you're there for more than 3 days. For me, it was like, oh my God, like this is way too much stimulus. There's too much stuff going on. Like, I feel like you're going to get hit by a car every turn you take. It's like Chicago times 10, dude. Yeah, and I thought working down in Chicago was a lot for me. Like, I was like, this is too much.
Yeah.
Just a lot. But anyway, Mike, what a cool experience. So cool. Like that's unbelievable that happened to you. That like,
you guys want to know a crazy stat?
Sure.
So in terms of the biggest cities in the world, where do you think New York City would rank? Like 10th. Just throw out a random guess.
10th.
Okay, Mike?
57th.
All right. Well, Mike, I will say you could not have been more far off. But Max, honestly, really good guess. It's 11th. Like, it's just crazy to think about that. Like, the 10 cities before New York City,
Shanghai, Tokyo,
Osaka, Japan, Dhaka, Bangladesh. Like, have you guys heard of Dhaka? It's just crazy to think that there's cities out there that you wouldn't really necessarily think of. Obviously, there's Beijing, Mumbai, Cairo,
Tokyo,
Sao Paulo, Shanghai, Delhi, India, and then Tokyo's number 1.
Tokyo's number 1. I'm surprised that what are there any in India on there?
Yeah, Mumbai was or Delhi. Delhi and Mumbai were in the top 5, I think.
Yeah, because India is like insanely
overpopulated.
Yeah. India, Japan, and China all have like cities that have way higher populations than any in the US. And like New York is still like just insanely overwhelming. So that's actually really
it's crazy to think like
a
city, Dhaka in Bangladesh is significantly bigger than New York City. Like that's crazy to think about.
Yeah. Is it like people per capita or is it like bigger?
Just overall population.
Oh, okay. Wow. That's insane. But yeah, good shit. So we're moving on here. We got
fuck up of the week.
Wait, did we do what's hot, what's not yet? We got to do what's hot, what's not.
Okay, sure.
What's hot, what's not? Mike, guest of honor, do you want to kick us off here?
Yeah, let's go with what's hot. When we're taping this, today's July 1st, and it's notoriously Bobby Bonilla Day, where the former Mets player is getting paid $1,193,000.
Let's go.
From, I believe it's like 2011 until 2035. So he's going to be like accruing $29.8 million from the Mets.
We're doing what?
Taylor, he's like 50.
How is he making?
He's 59.
So background.
Yeah, background. Bobby Bonilla, he was like a really good baseball player in like the early 90s. And he just kind of started sucking later on in his career. And the Mets decided to buy out his contract in 2000. So at the time, that was worth $5.9 million. And they're just going to say, all right, from 2000, I think 11 to 2035, they're just going to give him $1.2 million a year as like,
why? That's so much more money.
Yeah. I think they're like taking into account as like the present value of money.
Okay, I guess that makes sense.
Michael, I feel like he was owed way more than $5.9 million. I thought
I was going to say that
they bought out his contract.
Pay that off right away.
5.9. He was offered way more earlier in his career. He signed a very big contract, but in 2000 they bought out the rest of his contract. I mean, you could fact check.
That's insane. That's insane.
Absolutely.
Bobby Bonilla is the biggest legend. He's like totally fucked the MLB. And he's just like, you guys can pay me for the next 40 years of my existence.
Hashtag Bonita is a beast.
Bonilla.
Bonita.
Yeah. Here's some facts. They say that since the Mets bought out his contract, there have been 16 new ballparks that were made. So, more than half of the MLB teams, there's been new stadiums built after they bought out his contract. And there were 6.1 billion people on the earth when they bought out his contract. In 2035, they're predicting the Earth's population to be 9.1 billion people. So, like, the Earth's population is going to raise by like 50% from when he started getting paid to when he's going to end up.
That's incredible. That could just be the MLB after that.
Yeah, it really could. And a quick other just little what's hot. We got Wimbledon going on right now. I just love watching the players wearing the pearly whites. We got some really cool young talent going on the women's side. There's Coco Gauff. And there's a 19-year-old named Carlos Alcaraz from Spain. That dude is just wicked good at tennis. So
isn't it Kyrgios in?
Kyrgios is playing. I believe he is playing Carlos Alcaraz. So that's going to be a really good matchup.
Shit, when is that? I need to watch that.
It's this current round. So within the next day or two.
I need to watch that.
Love some Wimbledon grass courts. What's not? Bison. Bison is not hot right now. We got bison gores going on at Yellowstone National Park. There have been 3 gores since Memorial Day. Yesterday there was a 71-year-old woman.
Would you say that the people approaching these bison are what's
not the bison? It's the fucking people. Idiot people.
It's
okay,
the people. The bison are minding their own business, and these fuckers are going up to them. Hi, I'm gonna pet them.
I want a picture.
I gotta share a video really quick here. But this happened in 2019. But over the last week, there's been 2 bison gores, and like you guys think of that. I imagine people are just like dead, like just torn up, but like they're all okay, thank goodness. Like they're not fatally injured. But,
dude, when I was there, when I was there are people like I was amazed at the fearlessness of some of these people. They're like getting in like 20 feet of this animal. I'm just like, what are you doing, dude? Like you're like, it's a wild animal. Why would you go up to an animal that's 2,000 pounds?
Fearlessness on the borderline of just being idiotic. So here's a quick video of this happened a couple years ago. Of I believe it was a girl, 9-year-old girl.
Terrifying moments for a group visiting Yellowstone National Park. A bison just feet away, charging.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
A little girl, 9-year-old from Odessa, Florida, was part of a group of about 50 people who were visiting the Old Faithful Geyser area Monday afternoon. You can see in this video the group walking on a nearby road. The bison only 5 to 10 feet away. All of a sudden, you see it move, running toward the group, tossing the little girl.
Holy crap. People. Wow.
Yeah, so that's...
okay?
Oh, yeah, she was fine. Well, I shouldn't say she was fine. She was obviously gored by a bison.
Wow, parents of the year, make sure you're running the other direction a little bit faster away from your kid. Holy shit.
So I will revise my what's not of the week. People getting very close to bison. So,
all right. Very good, Mike. Very good.
I love it. Mike, I do have to comment. Going back to the Kyrgios thing, he's my favorite player, and my second favorite player is Stefanos Tsitsipas.
Oh, that's who he's playing.
That's who he's playing. So that is going to be such a good matchup.
Yeah, I call him
young studs.
That's who
That's going to be fun.
Correction. That is going to be an awesome matchup.
10:15 tomorrow. If anyone watches tennis on our pod,
I don't. So
10:15 a.m. tomorrow. I know you don't, Max.
Have fun wasting your time, guys.
It'll be 10:15 like 3 days ago.
Nothing like watching a bunch of men in short shorts hit a ball.
Yep.
All right. I'll go. My what's hot, America is my what's hot, because it's the 4th of July this weekend, and America deserves to be the what's hot of the week because America's been taking a lot of heat lately. And you know what? They get a break this weekend because it's the 4th. So happy birthday, America. You'll do it out there. Things will get better. They will. You know what I mean? So what's hot, America? My what's not is Boomers Sports Bar and Grill.
Wait, what?
Boomers is our volleyball league. We play in Pewaukee. The last 3 weeks have been canceled, and nobody knows why. It's just cancellations. Like the first week, all the way back almost a month ago, was the last time we played. It was rain out because of rain. And then like the next 2 weeks just got canceled. Oh, we're sorry. We are canceling this week. Like, okay. So we canceled the next 2 weeks. We finally got back on the court yesterday. We got smoked. As expected, Tyler and I really, we dug down deep.
I almost hit the ball onto the roof. I hit the ball onto the roof of the restaurant.
He did.
Which is like a 3 or 4 story restaurant.
He did.
But I was diving all over the place.
But the what's not is Boomers. Come on, guys. Get it together. Like, we paid money to be in this volleyball league. So can you not cancel every week? Thanks. Like, what? Worst volleyball league ever. I live in Tosa, right in the village. They're playing volleyball like 3 times a week.
Yeah.
Better than that. What's not Boomers?
What's your guys' team name? Is it Boomers as well?
No, we're the 2 bum chumps. And we're chumps, all right.
We are not good. We have fun, but we are not good.
Oh, we have fun. Dakota tenses things up a little bit when he's there, but because he wants to win. It's the will to win. Okay, Tyler, all you.
Yep. What's hot? I don't know if you guys have been watching, but the new Stranger Things. I haven't watched, but the new 2-part finale just came out today. So
yes,
very excited to watch those. They're going to be so good. Super excited for that. That's what's hot for me. What's not? I don't know if you guys have been. I don't know anything about hockey, nor do I pretend to care to know anything about hockey. But I've seen a lot of videos of this Colorado Avalanche team dropping the trophy. Yeah. They're absolutely destroying this trophy. What's not is their lack of coordination. Let me pull up two videos here, two quick videos, because it has been really bad. They are dropping this thing left and right. All right. So we got this first one during the trophy presentation. This guy's coming in hot. Oh,
look at that dent. Oh.
Look at how sad he is. Oh, so bad. And then there's this one when they're getting a little cranked after hours. Can you guys still see?
Yeah.
Falls again. I wonder if it was the same guy, because if it was the same guy, that's pretty bad. One more time for the viewers. Like, I mean, does this thing gotta be what, 100 pounds? Like, what's going on with these people? Is it that heavy that they're losing their balance, or are they just that like not?
He's hammered, Tyler.
The first one though, too.
Well, yeah, he's also on ice skates.
Maybe they were hammered on the ice rink.
That's a great what's not of the week. There was actually a news story, because apparently what they do is they send the Stanley Cup over to like the team captain or something like that. And this guy happens to live, obviously in the Denver, Colorado area. They sent the Stanley Cup to the wrong person. They sent it to some random boomer 60-year-old guy whose like address looked similar to the team captain. So this guy, he just opens this like package up, and it's the freaking Stanley Cup. So
what a present! Did he get to keep it, or did he have to give it back?
They eventually gave it back, obviously. Avalanche, but
keep that.
Yeah, that's funny. You mentioned that's your what's not. So
is that your fuck up of the week?
No, that is not my fuck up of the week.
Oh, all right. Well, I mean, we can go into it, right?
Yeah. I'll go right ahead since I'm already speaking. So since obviously 4th of July is coming up, I had a really bad fuck up for 4th of July. I think might have been either freshman year or 8th grade, around that time also when I sold my retainer. So it was just a bad year. We were having a fireworks war, me and Kyle. We were throwing poppers at each other, a couple people, and one of them landed in my ear, and it like cracked in my ear, and it made my ear, I was like, I couldn't hear out of it for a little bit, and then it was ringing for 2 days straight. So I like thought I had hearing loss, but I ended up going to the doctor and it was fine technically, but I kind of just say that as an excuse when I can't hear people. It's a good excuse, but yeah, that was really freaky. So fireworks kind of freaked me out a little bit.
To be fair, I am convinced that your hearing is not 100%.
No, like, it's not great. I feel like I'm always having to say like, what? Sorry, I didn't hear you.
Like I literally will talk to Tyler on his right side, and I'll be like, hello? He'll be like, oh, wait, what's up? I'll be like, all right, Mike.
Yeah, mine's pretty quick. When the girlfriend and I were in New York, we stopped at like a little convenience store, and just to buy some sunscreen and some, toothpaste or something like that. And, New York's a huge city. And I'm like, oh yeah, there's all these cultures here and whatnot, a lot of different ethnicities hanging around. And I saw like a sign in the store that said, SE Polish. And I'm like, oh, this must be like a Polish speaking, like, little convenience store sort of thing.
No, what did you do?
So I go up to the cashier lady, and I don't really know any Polish. I can just say like how are you doing, or like good afternoon. So I just go like, oh, dzień dobry, I saw the sign, Polish friendly or something. And I just get like 1,000-yard stare, and I'm like, okay, what am I missing here? And I like double look at the sign, and it's SE nail polish. It's some sort of nail polish. It's not a sign that says we speak Polish. They're advertising a type of nail polish that they sell. So
you just called her nail polish?
Did I call her nail polish? No, I said dzień dobry, which is just like hello in Polish, because I thought she would speak Polish, and I completely read the sign wrong.
Wow,
That's okay.
So there's your dumb Polak joke for you right there.
Yikes.
All right. So, Michael, that was ridiculous. But also, my fuck up of the week was stolen by Michael. So I'm going to have to pivot.
I'm going to have to grab my charger, boys.
Oh, all right.
What is it, Max? Go for it.
So my first one was supposed to be the bison goer. Is the recent guy.
Oh, I stole that. Oh,
who got gored by a bison. But he was doing it to save a little kid as the parents let their kid go up to a buffalo and then they decided to run away. And this random guy had to save their kid. So that's first and foremost. But I'm going to pivot because Michael already talked about that. I'm going to talk about me. I'm my fuck up of the week. I have to get an MRI on my back.
what?
I can't talk about it in detail on the pod, but I got to get an MRI on my back. But I'm like freaking out about getting an MRI because I'm super claustrophobic. So I like basically I'm like I had my doctor custom order me some like, you know, Valium to be able to like put me out or at least chill me out to get an MRI because I can't, like any normal human being, go get an MRI. It is unbelievable. Some people say I might be a little high maintenance. I say I'm just precautionary, but that's where we're at. I threw a little temper tantrum because I have to get an MRI. So that's my fuck up of the week. I pivoted, but it was originally the bison. Now it's that.
That's a good pivot. It's a good backup option.
It's a good backup. It's a good backup. So we're finishing it down. We're closing it down this week with top 5 4th of July festivities. And since I've gone last both times, I'll kick us off. Okay. Number 5, I'm going beanbag toss / cornhole. Super fun yard activity game to do at the lake. I think I've played that pretty much all day, every day for the last however many 4th of Julys. Super easy drinking game, super easy fun game to play with friends and family. Everybody wins. You don't have to be like an athlete to play bags. It's just throw a bag into a hole.
Oh yeah,
we'll do it out there.
What's your throwing style? Do you like put the spin on it, or do you like? Okay.
He's a normal flipper. I'm a big switcher offer. Like if I'm not feeling it, I'll go overhand. I like to do it like that sometimes. I'm not good at bags, so that's maybe why I suck. Is because I switch my form.
Yeah, you're bad. You're bad. Number 4, boating. If you're not boating on the 4th of July, what are you doing? I love going out on the boat on the 4th, you know, hanging out with friends and family and just chilling out there on the lake. You get that nice wind gust, lake wind in your hair, feeling the vibes. Usually everybody's out having a good time. So I kind of love the 4th of July boat wave. When you get on the boat, like, you know, the boat waves. How you doing?
And this.
Like you own the lake.
The up chin.
Like Don Pablo. Number 3, fireworks. Again, super fun.
Number 3?
Yeah, fireworks down number 3.
Oh.
This is my personal.
Top 2 better be way better.
This is my personal favorite. It's what I love to do the most on the 4th of July. 3 fireworks. I mean, fireworks are cool, but I'd like to go see them once. Honestly, fireworks are kind of a hustle and bustle, in my opinion. It's like you go out and there's like a million boats out on the water and you're going to the spot to see your fireworks, whatever. But yeah, I love fireworks. They're fun. They're cool to see. But like, I don't know. They're cool. I like fireworks. Fireworks at number 3. They're still number 3. 3 is pretty high. Number 2, I'm going campfire. The night before the 4th, the night of the 4th, if you can see the fireworks from the campfire, even better. I love summer fires. Summer campfires are like one of my favorite things in the world. I absolutely love them. Campfires at number 2. Number 1. The jet skis.
Oh, I thought it was going to be driving the windows down.
Rip the jet skis early and often on the 4th of July. Get out there before all the boats get out, stay out all day, rip the jet ski. The best. When Haley and I go out and build that lake home someday, that jet ski is number 1, first and foremost. That jet ski will be there and we will rip. We'll have 3 jet skis, one for all 3 of us. And then Haley can buy one if she wants one.
That's lit. I love
jet skis at number 1.
So much fun.
That's a
jet
strong top 5 I've ever seen him.
All right.
Who wants to go next? I'm leaving it up.
I'll go next. We'll leave the guest of honor to go last.
What about Gigi?
Number 5, 4th of July parade, whether you're participating in it or just, being a bystander. It's so much fun. When I was a kid, I used to always do the parade, participate in our baseball float. And my God, we used to whip Tootsie Rolls off of people. We used to play games and just chuck the Tootsie Rolls and just see if we can land them in people's drinks. And we would all like count whoever could have the most like land in drinks would win, or just kind of like hitting. It was fun to just kind of drill people. Yeah. Number 4, grilling out. Nothing better.
Oh, that's a good one.
Grilling some brats, hanging out, grilling some burgers.
I tentatively had food on there at number 3, just like the eating on the 4th, like just all of it, like the appetizers, the sandwiches, the burgers, the grills.
Yeah, but grilling out specifically is where it's at.
Yeah, I agree.
Number 3, more general, but I'd say yard games like cornhole, ladder toss, throwing the football around, getting the guys that are playing a little football game, blow your back out, blow your hamstrings out, playing some beer or some beer darts with the darts.
Have you ever done the sack races?
Sack races. I've wanted to. That looks really fun. Or doing the 3-legged run.
Oh yeah.
I gotta say, Tyler, this is a pretty strong list so far.
Thank you.
It's a strong.
Number 2, big one, boating. Boating is great. There's honestly, when you're seeing the fireworks on the boat, that might be the best combo of anything for 4th of July. But yeah, just great getting out on the tube, getting out in the water, enjoying the water, nothing better. And then number 1 for me, seeing the fireworks. I love the fireworks. So pretty, just so exciting, and just going with the people that you love, friends, family, whatever. Not a better way to end the weekend, 4th of July, and celebrating America with some fireworks. So,
man, surprise campfire didn't make the list, Ty.
Yeah,
you have to be an honorable mention.
Yeah, we'll give it honorable mention, I guess.
All right, Mike. Top 5. It goes down to the joke of the year, Michael Krupo.
This is gonna be a great top 5.
Number
5.
Nervous.
Wearing patriotic clothes, just wrapping yourself up in an American flag where it's a red, white, and blue. Post that picture on Instagram where you just love the USA.
Whoa.
That's the stupidest way that you could have possibly started off this top 5.
Oh.
Wearing red, white, and blue clothes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Number 4.
This list has been eliminated.
Number 4, sidewalk shop.
Attention.
A big like 4th of July, that just going on your sidewalk or driveway and having some beautiful pictures of the USA, drawing some fireworks.
You say chalk on the sidewalk?
Sidewalk chalk.
Okay, sure, bud.
Number 3, sparklers.
Sparklers are good. I like sparklers.
Sparklers, and you always, try to draw your name or something like that.
I like sparklers.
Yeah, sparklers are a fun thing to do. Just like a little, if you're afraid of fireworks and whatnot, it's a nice family-friendly way to do
Max,
something.
Are you afraid of fireworks, Michael?
What's that?
Are you afraid of fireworks, Michael?
No, I'm not. I think I got over my fear of fireworks when I was probably by, 5 years old, 6 years old.
Jason
You'll light off a firework right up your ass and make you fear
Jason
fireworks again.
Paul, him blowing off his 3 fingers really also kind of scared me.
Oh yeah, that's
He has a club now, and he kind of does well with it. He punches the ball and punches people with his club.
There's like those old videos of where it's a guy that he's lighting a firework, but he's in a wheelchair, and this wheelchair starts malfunctioning, and it's just it's blown up in the face. So that's why fireworks are scary, and sparklers are a much safer alternative. Number 2, just going out into the field and firing some guns. Pretty patriotic, if you ask me. I've never done it, but that's pretty.
You're the biggest joke I've ever seen.
Patriotic.
When's the last time you've done that, Mike? On the 4th of July.
I think about doing it.
You get out every 4th and shoot off guns? Wow, you're really cool.
Dallas. Finally, I think the best number 1 4th of July activity you can do is just you wake up in the morning And what you do, you look for your closest American flag and you start saying the Pledge of Allegiance. That's the most American thing you could do is just cite, I pledge allegiance to the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag.
You know what? And shame on our viewers, because I guarantee you Michael
America.
wins this fucking episode. I could bet anything that Michael wins this stupid top 5. And that is the worst top 5 I have ever heard in the existence of my life.
I kind of love it, Mike. You kind of went against the grain.
That's what you got to do sometimes.
Nobody does any of that on the 4th of July. When is the last time you have said the Pledge of Allegiance?
Flag on 4th of July, you don't go up and salute it. You don't do the Pledge of Allegiance every time.
I've never said the Pledge of Allegiance on the 4th of July.
Mike, is he kind of fucked up? What is going on here?
Interesting. Sounds like you might be a commie if you ask me.
Okay. Well, that's all the time that we have on this episode. I think Michael really ended that one with a bang. So thank you all for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe. Tell your friends about us. Tell your family, maybe not your family. Tell your friends about us.
You can tell your family.
Maybe.
Tell anyone.
Tell anyone about us, right? Subscribe on YouTube.
We want you to tweet about us. We want you to Instagram about us. We want YouTube videos, reviews, whatever you want to do.
And for our fellow followers and our faithful, thank you for listening and tuning in. Follow us on Spotify, on Apple Pod, subscribe on YouTube, the whole bit. Gutsky, are you ready to close this down, or are you?
Let's shut her down. Pod.